Welcome back to the Dive Hub. I'm Gary, and you've just booked your first ever group dive trip with your local dive shop. Congratulations. You're super excited about this adventure you're about to embark on. You've got your new wing that's still smelling like factory foam, a dive computer you haven't figured out yet, and a suitcase full of gear you probably don't need. You're ready, or so you think. And here's the bit that'll make you spit your tea. Many dive shops won't tell you the stuff that actually matters when this is going to be your first time out as a group. Now, I've worked with a lot of shops over the years. Some do a cracking job. Others, well, let's just say they're better at selling gear than they are at preparing divers for their first big trip. But my mate Tom, he runs a dive center over in Phoenix. He gets it. His first timers show up ready. They're confident, they're comfortable, and that's not luck, it's strategy. So today, we're diving into the 5 most important things that dive shops don't tell you before your first ever group dive trip, and what the good ones, like Tom's, do differently. So, item number 1, you're being sold gear you don't understand. Most dive shops will push gear sales before a trip. Shiny BCDs, fancy computers, fins that travel well, whatever that means, as well as potions, lotions, and a little bottle of spit. But for that new gear, that mask, that BCD, many rarely offer pool time, walkthroughs, or even basic setup help. Tom? Now, Tom sells gear too, of course he does. He's in the retail space just like most other dive centers in the US. His instructors, though, offer demos and pool sessions with new gear. You don't have to take them up on it, but it's a damn good idea if you do. But here's the difference. Tom lets me know the new guys and exactly who's bought what, and more importantly, what support they might need when they get here. On the last trip, we had 2 newish divers, both with brand new gear. Neither had ever dived in the ocean. Because Tom flagged it, we built a perfect buoyancy dive into their schedule. It gave them time to settle in, get familiar, and actually enjoy their diving on the trip. If they watch this video, perhaps they'll comment on how beneficial that seamless integration was for them. That's the difference. It's not just selling gear, it's about gaining confidence, having clear communication with the client and their diving partners, and about setting divers up for success. So next up, insurance. Most divers think they're covered. They've got DAN or travel insurance. They're sorted, right? Well, maybe. What about your chamber access? Sometimes. Gear theft? Well, it depends on what gear. Trip cancellation due to weather? Often not. And most importantly, many dive shops rarely explain this to people going on their first dive trip. It's not their liability, so they stay quiet. But when something goes wrong, and it does, it's these new divers that are left footing the bill and dealing with that nasty taste in their mouth that comes with it. Tom had a look at this, and he's obtained an insurance package that works well for his divers, particularly the new ones, the first trippers. He knows what it covers, how claims are managed, and how he can talk his clients through the claims process. It's optional, yes, and he does make a small commission, but his divers are informed, protected, and confident. Even if they choose not to take his product, he at least can talk them through the options and the availability and what you're really looking for. Item number 3, you're not guaranteed every dive day. You've paid for 5 days of diving. You've planned the whole trip around it, but then the weather's turned, or the minimum numbers of divers for the boat weren't met after last night's festivities. Most dive shops don't spell this out. It's buried in the fine print, if it's mentioned at all. Now, when we take a group booking, we do guarantee boat space, but we've had it where the Ports Authority prohibits boats from going out, maybe due to bad weather, and we don't control that. We don't offer refunds in those cases. Same goes for the divers who had a bit too much rum punch last night and don't rock up today. That's on you, not on me. The important thing, though, is upfront and honest communication. We'll do all that we can and make alternative arrangements. We might even offer some unguided shore diving, for example. Tom, Tom gives me the heads up on diver experience, on comfort levels and environmental factors. On his last trip, we had a group with very limited experience in current. And when they arrived here, it was full moon. So because of that, we knew in advance. We adjusted the sights, we avoided surge, and we gave them a better diving experience. A big chunk of that group opted not to dive on the last day, wanted to dry out gear as the weather was also, a bit meh. Early comms meant that we could assist with other land-based activities. That's what planning looks like, and that's what good communication looks like. And more importantly, that's what respect for divers looks like, and especially your first-time trippers who really appreciate this, as they don't know what the etiquette is. Item number 4, your certification doesn't mean you're necessarily ready. Just because you've got a card doesn't mean you're ready. Buoyancy, air consumption, situational awareness, they take time. If all the diving you've ever done is in a lake of fresh water, diving in the ocean with salt water, currents and visibility, they're all things that you're going to have to become accustomed to. Most shops don't want to undermine your confidence, so they smile, nod, and hope for the best. Tom, again, he sends me a full breakdown, cert level, dive numbers, and a quiet note on who to keep an eye on. That is intel gold. It helps us staff properly, plan dive sites, and give divers the support they actually need without making them feel singled out. When we know we have a new diver, first trip and traveling solo, we know we need to give them a little bit more love and attention. That's how you turn nervous divers into confident ones. Item number 5, you're not just booking a dive trip, you're booking an experience with a community. Dive trips aren't just about the diving. They're about the people, the vibe, the crew. Many dive shops will sell the logistics, a package of getting you from here to there, get wet, and get home. But it's not necessarily an experience. Tom and others work hard to build communities at home. But the newer members or those on busy schedules, it can be a challenge to feel included. So what did Tom do? He booked a full meal package. 6 nights, 6 different restaurants. Our staff joined with each night as well. The banter from the boat carried on into dinner, with a few added icebreaker games to help newer members, and my team relax a little more into the group. Other shops? Well, they let their clients fend for themselves. Small groups, scattered plans, no cohesion. And that's not good for building a dive community. Now, Tom's not perfect. No one is. But he gets the big picture. And more importantly, his divers feel it. And so do I. So are these really 5 things dive shops don't tell you? Or are they 5 things that we all need to talk about more? Call them oversights, call them blind spots, or missed opportunities. But they're all fixable. And the dive shops that fix them, they're the ones that divers come back to. So if you're a dive shop watching this, take a leaf out of Tom's book. And if you're planning a group trip, well, Tom's crew always gets priority on my boats. Why? Because he's prepared, which means we can be professional around them. Drop a comment with your worst dive trip surprises, or tag a shop that you feel does it right. Subscribe, share, and let's build a better diving industry together, one honest conversation at a time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, again, please splash down on the subscribe button, hit like, and the bell notification so you're alerted every time we send out a new video. Most importantly, stay diving. See you soon.